Her co-host, David Glover, aka the Controversial Counselor.
And this is Thunderous Altercations. We are live, kicking off our first talk show, live with WPV Network, and we're here at Terra Cafe. So listen, if you're in the area, please stop by and join us for this Thunderous Altercation today. We're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. Is it still a need to celebrate Valentine's Day, or is it like, not so much anymore? What do you think?
Not so much. Probably never should have been, but like I told everybody in this area, a storm was coming, so it's here now, so we're about to do this.
We're going to do this. So we're going to talk today a little bit about what is the meaning and the belief behind Valentine's Day. We're also going to talk about as far as, is it still a need to celebrate? And also, again, the gifts. Gifts are so important, don't you think? No, we don't care. You're not, whatever. This is why it's called Thunderous Altercations. This show is all about differences, understanding, and of course, we're going to give you content. I'm going to tell you all about it. That's why we have a whole show to discuss this information today. And again, I'm going to hopefully persuade you to believe in Valentine's Day. Do you have a Valentine this year?
I might have a Valentine every year in my head, but am I going to subscribe to what everybody else do? No.
No? Oh my God.
I think it's going to be to my own drum.
I understand that, but sometimes you got to beat your drum for two people. Okay? I'm just saying. So listen, I am grateful for this opportunity to be here on a new platform. Listen, I have a podcast show, and of course, what are you doing, David? You got a lot going on too.
I have a lot going on. Department chair of a middle school, Golden Ring Middle. Shout out to Golden Ring Middle. Also, I'm an author of the book Cocktail Conversations by the Controversial Counselor. I've done several podcasts, internet blog shows, so this is just elevating my game to another stage.
Okay. And just a little bit of background of how me and David came about. I interviewed him for my podcast show last year, and it was all about your book, Controversial Cocktail Conversations by the Controversial Counselor. And I basically liked as far as the way that our interview went, and so we talked about doing something different with each other and bringing our platform to a different level. And so we decided, hey, we got differences, we have understandings, let's put together a nice little talk show that will involve both of us, and then we can bring it into fruition and then be here for the web. So we are here live again at Terra Cafe, that's 101 East 25th Street. If you're in the area, come through, get a drink, and chill with us. Hey, Thunderous Altercations. We'll be right back after this break. Altercations, your girl, Rene.
David Glover, aka the Controversial Counselor.
Of course you are the Controversial Counselor. So, I mean, what other better co-host to have than somebody that has full of controversy in their life and wrote a book about it, right?
Exactly. So much crap going on in this world, and I'm just fed up with it.
You fed up with it? Well, I'm about to feed you some more crap, I guess, that you're going to think that's crap. So before we took a break, we told you all about as far as what we're going to talk about today, and I wanted to get started to let you know, where does Valentine's Day come from? What is the belief? Well, how did it originate? So I have a little bit of a history lesson for everybody out there right now, so pay attention. So the definition of Valentine's Day originally originated as a Christian holiday, and of course a lot of Christian holidays, which are known to be pagan holidays, because it's not followed within the tradition of today. But anyway, it is a celebration of love, and it occurs annually on February the 14th. Now, it is an exchange of cards and a token of things as to express your love for your loved one. And it also experiences within as the origination of the marriage behind Zeus and Hera. Now, a lot of you who are familiar with the Greek gods, they are within love, and of course they represent that. And so they got married, of course, and so Valentine's Day came about within the celebration of love. And they believed also that within mid-January to mid-February was also a celebration of fertility. So they used to have these, shall you say, festivals where women would bring themselves to the festival voluntarily, and they would burn a goat. Yes, a goat. Yes, you're familiar with this. Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. They would burn a goat, and if you were lucky enough as a woman to get hit by some of the skin from the goat in the crowd, then you was to be blessed to become fertile so that you could have a baby.
More lives.
More life. Wow. Okay. Anywho, back to the history lesson, people out there. With this being said, with the festival from mid-January up until February 14th to the middle of the month, it is basically again to bring in the fertility, and this is how it is supposed to be believed on how May Day also came about later on in the year as well. But understand this, Valentine's Day was not always celebrated everywhere. It was just more as a tradition in the United States. But over the last decade, it has spread far east, India, and of course the Middle East as well, where they're now observing Valentine's Day as a day of love and celebration for your loved one.
Wow. So they get global money now. It's global.
It's global?
Yeah.
How do you feel as though it's global?
It's branched out to India and all these different places, so they get money all over for this.
Okay, but understand this. This is what I believe, that if it has branched out global and it has spread, because other countries, of course, are picking up on the celebration, who's to say they weren't doing something different than any way to show their love for their loved one?
Excuse me.
You leaving?
No, I'm not leaving.
Oh, okay.
I just don't understand why. How does somebody tell you, society tell you when you should celebrate love? That seems so, it's not authentic, it's not genuine, it seems like fake. And to me, I think it's all about one-upping somebody because of the day in social media, you have people posting, look what my boo gave me, or look what I got. But your boo is probably 2 or 3 other people's boo. So, I'm just saying.
Wow, snaps from the audience, really? Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I think it's always great to show that you appreciate your boo, okay? And we're not even going to get into that yet when it comes to boos, because yeah, there may be some other boos that's linked up to your boo. But the originality behind it was to again show your appreciation towards the person that you admire and that has been by your side, or in your relationship, your husband, your wife, whatever spouse it is that you have, that you show them that they're special. And I think just from that, think about back then in school. Did you have a little mailbox that you had to make in grade school for your classmates to drop your Valentine's Day cards in?
Yeah, actually we had to get Valentine's Day for cards for everybody, people we couldn't stand.
Okay.
And it was no cards that represented, I don't like you, don't talk to me anymore, or whatever the case is.
Okay.
So it was fake. It's always been fake.
It's always been fake.
Yeah.
Interesting that you would say that. Did you get cards though, Dave?
Yeah, I got cards.
You did? Did you give out cards?
Yeah, I did.
So you was being fake?
My mother was being fake because she bought the cards.
Your mother was being fake because she bought the cards. Okay. But you never had one smile on your face when you opened up your little box that you made in class and you had all these cards and stickers and lollipops, because your friends, who even though they may not have been your friends, they still decided to give Dave a card in his mailbox.
Actually,
did you eat the candy?
Yeah, I did.
I bet you did. That wasn't fake, was it? It's real.
Actually, I did get the cards put up, and it might have been somebody that I like had a crush on. But then when I got on the bus, the yellow bus, the cheese bus, and I was like, man, this is the card she gave me. I found out that my buddy had the same card.
Okay, well, Dave, come on now. The pack comes with like several of the same cards. You got to divvy it up the best way you can. Everyone wasn't going to get anything personal.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not personal. It's scripted. This whole thing is scripted. Like you go out and buy something, and then you go out and all the chocolate is gone, all the good cards is gone. So unless you are ahead of the game,
so you tell me you're a last minute shopper. Because
yeah.
how did you not get the good candy? You know this is coming up every year. How'd you not get the good candy?
Because I don't think about stuff like this. I got other things on my mind.
Okay.
My mind is always spinning, so it would be acceptable for me to actually forget about this day because I have other things going on.
Wow. Well, for me, I am a hopeless romantic. I love love. I love seeing it blossom. I love new couples, you know, because it's always great when it's new. And I like to see that they are into each other. So why not? I mean, have a special day that's set aside where you can celebrate that. Yes, I believe that if you love someone, you should definitely show that love every day. Every day. It shouldn't just, of course, be one day, but we do set aside one day to designate that day to honor the person that you're with. I mean, we don't do Christmas, you know, several times out of the year.
It seems to me that it's an imbalance, and I understand that when there's an imbalance, that creates a lot of chaos. It seems like every holiday is geared toward women, if I'm not correct. Sweetest Day, where did that come from? You got Mother's Day, you have all types of promos for Mother's Day. Father's Day, you may have a commercial running the day before or something. And then you had women that had the nerve to say, oh, happy Father's Day to you because the father's not around. Like, stop. It's just like so much stuff geared towards women. And doing research, I found out that men spend an average of about 110 on Valentine's Day and women spend 50. We always get shorter.
You always get shorter? Is that what you think?
Exactly.
You think it's a shortage here?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought maybe why?
No, you tell me why.
Why we don't spend as much on you? Okay, well, because I can play both sides of the fence here. I don't think you probably do enough to have an expensive gift. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, you know, I'm only speaking from what I think as to how gifts are mapped out on how much is spent on you. What does he really need? I don't know. Let's see, I don't know. You know, because last night he said XYZ, that really kind of pissed me off. So you know what, let me scale back on what I was going to get. Because we think with emotions. We're emotional beings. That's how we feel. We feel with feelings. How much do you show within your feelings every day towards your spouse or your significant other or whomever you may be dating?
Hey, I show a lot of emotions, good, bad, or
do you listen?
I'm a counselor. Why wouldn't I listen?
But okay, but that's a part of your job. But are you a counselor at home?
I'm a counselor throughout.
Throughout?
Like this isn't when you become a counselor, it's not like, okay, I'm a counselor once I walk through the doors of school. These are my skills, it's in my DNA. So I'm a good listener. I'm an effective listener. Maybe, ladies, you're not. Just maybe you're not.
Oh, I believe we are. I know we are. I know, I just listened to everything you just said. But understanding again, with the originality as far as from where this comes from, as the background, believe it or not, I think it was from 296 AD that Valentine's Day started. And up until now, it is 2019, and it's still celebrated to this day. And it's not just, of course, with your spouse or your loved one, but we celebrate it for my child. I have a son. I give him something on Valentine's Day. I do. Does he understand it? I think he does, because he's a big flirt now, and he's only 3. But I think he appreciates that, and he sees that mommy bought me something. She loves me. This is really nice. I appreciate that. He even made me something last year. It was a sandwich at school. It had cheese crackers in it, but that's besides the point. Yeah, he made me a heart-shaped peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that was the thought that counted. Because I ate it. I did. I had to eat it. I did. It was terrible, but I ate it with cheese crackers smashed into the bread. But it was the thought that counted, and I appreciated that, and that was good for me. And that's, again, it was something that made me feel special. And I think that's what a lot of men need to understand, that ladies want to feel special.
I understand that, and I get that, and I don't want to seem like...
It sounds like you don't. It sounds like you don't. I get it. I understand. Do you?
I just think we need to balance everything out, and that's my thing. Because women, y'all have a lot of restrictions on certain things. For example, I don't invite no man, when you first start dating them, I don't invite a man over until after 6 months. You can't meet my kids to this time. And you have different things. So I say, fellas, let's start putting a restriction on Valentine's Day. And here it is. 0 to 6 months, $25. Don't spend no more than $25. 6 months to a year, $50. And then a year and above, $100 or more. That depends on you. And that's how it has to go down. Seriously.
I'm just something put like it was like a sharp pain went through my chest. I felt like Fred Sanford. What? Really? That's how you feel?
Because you just said it's the thought that counts, right?
It is the thought that counts, but you're also trying to say that we have these restrictions. Do you think honestly that we shouldn't have restrictions? If we are a single mother and we have children, no, I believe there should be a restriction, especially if you're dating someone. I don't think that person should meet your child or children until after a certain amount of time, because I don't know if you're going to last, are you going to be around, and are you going to be good around my child? So yeah, there should be definitely some type of restriction. And yeah, it's a restriction too when it comes to the gifts as well, of what we're going to spend on you. And it's all about the actions that you put out, which is going to help us to make that list. Jot it down.
Well, I'm going to put a restriction on my bank account and spending money. So $25, 0 to 6 months. $50, 6 to 12 months, and a year and over, $100. And I'm not going no further than that. Sorry.
Wow. So let's just steer the car back around, the originality behind it. Do you believe, though, in love?
Yeah, I believe in love, but I believe that you shouldn't be coached on love. It shouldn't be someone that says, okay, February 14th is the day we celebrate this. You need to do what you want to do. So if you decide to come home with a gift, you happen to stop by the mall before you come home and you say, man, this is, oh, okay, I think she would like this. You pick it up. It's that element of surprise that means more than, okay, flowers coming on the job and stuff like that. Man, we got to do better. We got to be more creative.
For your men. For your men? Be more creative for you talking to your men? Y'all need to be more creative?
Whatever, Kelly Rene, whatever.
Wow, the whole little part of the government, we just missing the last name. Okay, I hear you. But I just don't agree. I think it still should be set to the point where we still should be celebrated. And not just say as far as for women, you should be celebrated too. You still with us.
All right, I'm going to take the time to think on this, whatever. We probably need to take a break and then we don't come back. Because I'm starting to get irritated.
Not a problem. It's Thunderous Altercations. We will be back after this break.
I'm right here, and we're gonna finish this conversation.
We're gonna have to finish this conversation.
There's nowhere for you to run into the room, lock the door, and hide out.
Okay, so let's get into this portion again. Just kind of piggybacking off of where we left off before we went to break. The reason to celebrate Valentine's Day, I feel as though it is important. I think it's needed. I think it's also a time to set out and just step aside from all the daily routine and activities of everything that's going on and appreciate and show your loved one that love. And you believe?
I believe that it's scripted and sometimes things just don't come through like that. Say for example, if I work late or I have a deadline to meet and it's February 14th and I know that I'm not going to get off in time to do that, I would hope that my woman would be understanding to say, you know what, we can push this toward the weekend, or whatever the case is. But the way you're sounding like it's February 14th, locked in, certain time, and it has to be that time. I can't fall for that.
Time out. Do you celebrate your birthday?
Do I celebrate my birthday?
Yes.
I respond to people on social media who say, "Happy birthday, David." I don't really get caught up in that. I'm just happy I'm alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for holidays, it seems like that's just really not your whole thing, is it? You're not big on pagan traditions.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. But even for a birthday, I mean, if someone wanted to celebrate you on your day of birth, bringing yourself into this world, that you didn't do it by yourself, but you're here, and someone wanted to take you out on your birthday, would you accept the invitation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My mother didn't raise no fools.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me figure this out. Because let's not get it twisted, because a lot of times some women, I'm not saying all, will want to celebrate my birthday, but they will want me to pay for it.
Okay, you got the wrong person then. I'm sure that's what happened. That's you made the wrong investment choice. That's what happened. But see, when it comes to holidays, especially for me, my birthday, I want to celebrate my birthday on my birthday.
All month long. No, all month long.
No,
Everybody says all month long.
I said on my birthday. I meant that all month long. Now, I'll still accept the gifts because my mother didn't raise no fool either. I'll still accept the gifts and the time or whatever it is that they want to bring forth towards me to celebrate my day. That's great, but I want to feel special on my birthday. So it's the same when it goes back to Valentine's Day. We know that's the day of love. It is set out to basically show your appreciation towards who you're with. And I think it's a reason to celebrate it. I think it's to help some couples also to recreate a spark, to recreate connection, and to set that time apart from, like I said, everybody tends to have a busy schedule during the week. We're in adulthood. We're adulting. We're living. We're working. We're doing everything we need to do every single day. So why not take that time to just be a part of just each other?
Yeah, I suppose that I could subscribe to that, but if you need Valentine, matter of fact, who is Valentine? I know one Valentine, and he went to a high school I worked at, and I damn sure wouldn't celebrate him if I recall with his behavior. So I need to know who Valentine is before I celebrate.
Wow.
I think you already explained it. When the goat skin ropes on the person and you get impregnated, then that's Valentine's Day. Wow.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we have festivals for all kinds of stuff today, but, you know, who knew, you know, back then that was a huge celebration because I think it was an issue with all women being able to not only just create, but also holding within a child and they're being able to carry out a full-term pregnancy. I think it was always, of course, a true blessing. That's why people still today say that children are a blessing.
Well, they must have had no Luther going on or Freddie Jackson or something back in the day.
Well, no.
If you had that going on, you were going to end up with a baby.
I mean, that's true, but there were other illnesses and things that was preventing women to keep the baby and to be able to go throughout the pregnancy and to have a healthy baby. So they believed what they were taught as far as as we are growing up in this tradition of this world, come from churches, holidays, etc. We are taking from tradition of what we were taught. And so that's what they were taught. Think about it. You know, over time. Everything changes over time. But I really do believe, again, it's still a time to celebrate your loved one and to just appreciate them being in your life. And I don't see nothing wrong with giving them the appreciation that they deserve, especially with the fact that you are together. You all are together for a reason. So why not? You understand what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. Can't you see like part of my no? Not a little.
I can be a little open-minded. I see a little bit. There's nothing wrong with love, and there's also nothing wrong with a little bump and grind and all that stuff. But,
okay. I understand that. Well, what I wanted to talk about right now was some myths that people believe as far as that what women believe when it comes to Valentine's Day. And the 5 top myths that I wanted to go over with you and everyone else out there that is tuned in is just not right. It's not right. Myth number 1. If you date a female in February, she assumes that you will be her Valentine's for February 14th. That is not true.
Why?
Why? Because honestly, that could have just been one date. Might not want to go back out on a date with you at all. Not February, not March, not April, not anymore at all. So we don't assume that just because of the fact that we linked up to go out on a date in February that we're automatically going to be connected for Valentine's Day.
So are you telling me if we connected, I don't know, February 2nd and February 14th roll around, would you expect a gift?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Sure I am.
No, I would not expect a gift because I don't know you that well. And you don't know me either that well.
You eat chocolate, right?
Sometimes. Sometimes I do.
You wear lingerie, right?
Not right now. I'm more in like big t-shirts and stuff going to bed. It's a mess, man. I can barely keep my bed to myself. My child is like my new little Ike Turner husband running around. So yeah, I don't have any
like
of that.
Flowers, right?
Yeah, to an extent, because I don't have a green thumb, so they die. They don't last long in my house.
So if a man sent you flowers on your job, what would you do?
I would act like that's not my name. I would not go downstairs and get those from the desk. I'm just saying. Why'd you do that? Did you think I expected something?
Yeah.
Okay, see, and that's why you're wrong. That's why it's a myth. Myth number 2, everyone paying attention, this is a history lesson. I'm going to help everybody out today, honey. Women want expensive gifts.
Honestly, we already talked about that.
We don't.
110.
We don't. No,
so
we don't.
Your gifts are more expensive than ours.
That's a myth. We like simplicity a lot of the times. And
give me an example of simplicity.
Simplicity?
Yeah.
Something like, okay, I bought you a spa gift card so that you can go somewhere at some point when you have time to relax. You can get a massage, etc. A little pedicure, facial, whatever it is. Simple.
So then after that, you're probably going to want to eat something, right? Because I love eating.
That's not necessarily true, David. That's not necessarily true. I'm just saying, let me help you understand. So that when you go into the world today, once you leave, I am going to drop some jewels for you so that you will now know how to approach this holiday your best way, okay? All right. Now, we want flowers delivered, as you just said, so that people can see that someone loves us, they took time to show us and give us attention. No, we don't. Sometimes we don't want people in our business. It's too much. And then that just brings more conversation from your coworkers who half of them you don't even really like. We really don't. When women work with other women all day, it's not like we all hang out after work. We can't wait to get away from each other, especially from 8 hours. It's just too much drama. Then you got to answer all these questions. Oh, I didn't know you had somebody. Who sent those? Oh, those are nice. Why? Because you didn't get any? There's just a hateration in the dancery. I'm just saying. You know, so we sometimes don't like attention. We like to live a very low-key private life a lot of the times because we don't want people always in our business. Myth number 4. Men and women can agree on as far as what to do on Valentine's Day.
Well, that's the traditional. You go grab something to eat.
No. No.
What else is it to do?
That is a myth because sometimes you may both understand it's going to be very crowded, it's going to be very busy everywhere you go, reservations, etc. And then you might get food that you really don't even appreciate because of the fact that they rushed it. Just trying to get it out because the restaurant is busy. Then you're not comfortable, and then it's just like you're on top of everybody else's back that's inside the restaurant. So, no, it's not always agreed upon on what to do on Valentine's Day.
So if I get off work and I pick up my favorite meal and bring it home and I leave work early, you gonna cook it for me?
Your favorite meal?
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't cooked? Oh, you went and got red meat. Or you got something that has to be prepared?
Yes.
No, I might not.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I might not. You know how I feel. Why am I cooking on Valentine? Why? Why am I doing that?
Really?
I'm just saying. Come on. This is a day of
I
celebration.
can't believe this.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Look at your next point.
Yeah, my last point.
Yeah.
Okay, my last myth. Myth number 5. Men just want sex. Hello?
Maybe.
Quiet.
But I think after all that frustration that you're putting me through, I might just be mentally exhausted, and I'm just going into my man cave, watching an NBA game or something, and calling it a night and waking up like, I'm so happy this damn day is over with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's so much.
It's so much?
Yeah.
It seems like it's so much for you.
I just said I would bring something home, my favorite meal, and you would
Again,
knock it up
this is
early.
not our favorite, your favorite meal that I have to prepare. Like come on now. If your girlfriend is preparing meals every night for you, why would you be so selfish to think to go buy what your favorite thing is to eat for her to make it? What kind of love is that and appreciation?
Okay,
that's selfish.
We're compromised.
Don't you think it's a little selfish, Dave? Yeah?
Maybe.
A little bit?
Maybe.
Think so?
I agree. I give you that one.
Okay, I'm just saying, honestly, I honestly believe that there is a way that we can change our thinking when it comes to Valentine's Day. And you can create new traditions to the holiday and do the things that you and your spouse or partner would like to do that makes it enjoyable for the both of you. We got so many apps out here, Grubhub, Postmates, all of them. They can bring both of our favorite meal in one bag in one car, right?
I just seen something on social media. One of my boys, he cooks and stuff, but it's nothing better than somebody cooking out of love. Your woman cooking, it's that natural stuff. Because a lot of times you go out to a restaurant, it's so busy, and you get it and you're like, this isn't even done, or this is not the way I like it. So I prepare that wholesomeness, whatever, that I can get seconds and thirds and stuff like that. That's the angle I'm going, and I'm not giving in to that. That's what I want.
Okay, and I feel you on that, and I do understand. It's nothing better than a home cooked meal. Honestly, I really do feel that way. So, hey, do what you feel, whatever makes the house happy. But I still think it should be celebrated. I'm not changing my belief on that. I'm not. I just think that it's nothing wrong with showing that you really love who you're with.
Yeah. After you make that meal, I'm gonna say, "Damn, baby, this was good." Look at this, whatever. We don't think we need to reconvene.
Use and abuse.
We're getting somewhere now, so let's take some time away and reflect on this.
Okay, all right then, not a problem. I understand that. Well, I guess take a pause for the cause. Come back, get back into it. Knock it out, battle a little more.
I got you where I want you right now.
Thunderous Altercations. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back live with Thunderous Altercations. Again, our first live kickoff show for Thunderous Altercations with WPV Networks, and we're here at Terra Cafe. So, we've been battling it out, okay, for the last 40 minutes or so about Valentine's Day. And again, is it worth the celebration? Maybe something that you really don't agree with or you really don't want to do, but sometimes you have to compromise with who you're with and do it for them. Do it for the gram, right? And that wasn't the thing, do it for the gram? That's what they say. Okay, so I want to get into a segment here about gifts. And I know some of you might be a little confused on what to buy your significant other. And you can keep it very cost efficient, doesn't have to be expensive. You, on the other hand, you got charts mapping out like a menu on what should be spent in such and such and such and so forth and so on. So what I want to talk about are the gifts that you can get under $25. As I mentioned before, a spa certificate. That's great. We love the spa. We love to have a nice massage, especially when we're working and we're typing and we're in a cubicle all day, the stress on our back. Of course, we need that worked out.
Let me interject in there. So, where does that fall under the range? Because I'm sure that costs more than $25. And why can't I be the one that rubbed your back down, put some Blue Magic
Blue Magic? Isn't that hair grease?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. That's that off.
He greases scalps.
Okay, why
I apologize.
Just sent us back 25 years.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, all of the edges. Yeah, okay.
Greens and scalps.
Okay,
All right.
let me pause you for a second. Have you heard of Groupon? Then you might want to go catch a deal on a Groupon because it doesn't always have to be expensive. You can catch a lot of deals on Groupon, and it doesn't have to be like you can catch a $60 deal at $25. Now do your research and take you in the back, okay? Yes. Okay.
Okay, my bad.
Pandora charm.
Yep.
Nice Pandora charm. You got a Pandora bracelet.
Alex and I. Alex
Those
and
are
I.
nice.
Alex
Nice
and I.
little pair of earrings. You know, little if they have a second hole. Nice little second hole pair of earrings. Don't have to be anything crazy or expensive. Even a wine rack. That's nice. If you notice that your lady likes to drink wine, doesn't have a wine rack and a collector, you can get a wine rack. And you can also get a wine rack with a new bottle of wine in the rack already. Look at that. Voila. It's like magic, right? Helping you out. We do like chocolate to an extent, but you have to be the right chocolate. Okay?
So what kind of chocolate?
Like you need to go to Godiva. You know Godiva? Okay, they got great chocolate. They also got deals too. It's not that cheap, but it's not that expensive, but it's a good quality. Listen, you want to keep good quality. You want to give out things that have good quality. You don't want to be cheap. Don't go get the Hershey Kiss box, Dave. That's already pre-assorted and already set up for $9.99 at Safeway.
Now, I can guarantee if me and you put a survey up and you said, would you prefer to have the Godiva chocolate or Snicker bar? Most women gonna say Snicker bar.
You think so?
Yes, what for?
What? That is only to help people out when they're not quite themselves. That's who you give a Snickers to. It's like you need a Snickers right now. Okay? Let me help you out. Okay? No, I want the Godiva box. I'll gotta be the only one over on that list that's choosing option A.
Okay, so the Godiva, those little thin pieces of chocolate. Yeah.
No, they got other sizes. There's truffles, there's bars, there's cookies. Come on, you've been to Godiva?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you can take a little trip to
I
Godiva.
went to 7-Eleven and I think Snickers, they have the big ones, whatever, they have sometimes 2 for whatever amount, whatever.
Ridiculous. Okay, now as far as for men, a wallet.
A wallet for 25, there you go.
You can find a wallet for 25. Listen, women are very frugal shoppers. We find and we invest in coupons and deals, etc. You'll never know how much we ever pay for a gift, especially for a man. Okay? So again, remember, we're frugal shoppers. We're smart shoppers. All right? We got this.
Well, when I pull out my wallet, I wanted to have that horse on like polo or something like that on it.
Oh, so you have expensive taste. But you're going to go buy a Snickers bar instead of the Godiva? I'm sorry, can you explain?
I'm just saying, you said a wallet.
You want something expensive. You want a horse on your wallet that we know ain't going to be $25. You can't take a Levi's wallet? A Fossil wallet?
Yeah, exactly.
You can, right? Yeah, you're going to work with that. Yes, you will. You know why? Because you appreciate it and you love your woman, don't you? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, go ahead and put that face on when she gives it to you. Like, here you go. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I need somewhere to put my money and stop folding it in my back pocket. Yeah, I appreciate the separation because you want me to be organized. Yes. Thank you, Boo.
Keep coming with the images, because you said a wallet.
Clippers?
Clippers.
Yeah. Clippers?
I'm a barber.
Okay, what if your barber's busy? It's nothing like having your own at home where you can work out your own maintenance, right?
Every time I try to do my stuff on my office, and he says to me, "You've been messing with your beard, or you've been doing this, like, what are you doing, dude?" So I try to stay away from that.
Oh.
That's why I just cut it off. Remember, I had a beard, and I just said, let me start scent one fresh for this new show.
Cologne?
What kind of cologne for 25?
I don't know.
Right?
No, remember, we have coupons. We can work it out. We'll find something nice.
Actually, I like oils.
Oils?
Yeah.
See, those are only $5 a bottle. That's it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5 bottles. There you go.
Hartford and North
Yeah, great.
Avenue.
Nice bag,
And you
gift
know
bag,
what?
put a little tissue paper in it. You got a whole assortment of it. Here's your gift.
And you know what? I would take that. If it's my fragrance that I like, that
Right.
smell good that I like, the
And
Ladies Killer,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Is that what it's called?
Ladies Killer, okay.
Oh, okay. Got you. But see, she pays attention to your scent. She knows what you like. She can hook that up. But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to spend and be over the top for these gifts. You really can shop smart. And you can get something that is very just personal. Something that you would really appreciate.
I'm sorry, I was being closed-minded. When you said homemade, I thought like you was going to go to...
But we didn't do homemade yet.
Oh, you did? Okay.
No,
I couldn't wait to hear this.
Oh, wow. Okay. Homemade. Here's something really cute. And you might actually really appreciate it. A nice, sexy picnic laid out in the living room with fruit, wine, whatever you may probably prefer to drink, and little games that you can play. A little scavenger hunt. Doesn't that sound fun? You're looking at me like, no.
No. I'm thinking something else, whatever. So with this picnic, so you're going to... what's your appearance? What's your ambiance going to be like, the background? Like, are you going to be willing to throw on something for Vicky's Secret or whatever? Or you going to have some N1 shorts from Walmart?
I didn't think that far ahead, really. I don't know. I really don't know. Hey, I'm just saying. Look, I'm just trying to do the layout here. I'm just mapping out the plan, okay?
I'm just projecting, thinking about it, because I'm visual, and I'm thinking like, man, I'm getting off work early, because you don't have this old, but if I know I'm coming home and you got on them big shorts, whatever, big basketball shorts,
So like laundry Saturday?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not really too excited.
Not excited about that? Okay, what about a nice fondue setting? You can do the chocolate and have like the different, like marshmallows or the fruits and things, and you guys can share time with feeding each other and make that really sexy, and you can play, like you can also incorporate another little game to that as well. Or sexy Uno. Have you ever heard of it?
What's sexy Uno?
Okay, like however many times you gotta draw two, you gotta take something off. Yeah, see? You like homemade gifts now, don't you? Yeah. Sounds exciting, right? Yeah, you gotta have a creative mind, I believe, for it to work out. And if you don't have creativity, your relationship won't last too long either. And I believe that.
And I do agree with you on that. I know we've been going
You
back and
agree?
forth. Yeah, I do agree that you have to do something different.
We agree
You have
on
to do
something.
different.
You do. You have to
Besides
keep
the
it.
normal stuff.
Exactly. And that's why I think it's a chance. Oh, and here's another one. What about a sexy fashion show?
So we both gonna come down the red carpet and model stuff?
She might not have asked you to do it. She might not. She might just want to be the only participant for this.
Can I put it on social media?
No, I don't think she's going to appreciate that because she probably won't be there tomorrow for you all to continue your lives together. No, don't put that on social media. Everything is not for social
I just
media.
think that's what everybody do. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes to, of course, blast it to the world, but social media, that's a whole nother topic. But you would appreciate something like that because the creativity came and it was the gesture from the heart. And again, she's trying to keep it sexy. She's keeping it very simple. You all are in the house, and maybe she did make your favorite dinner and incorporate that in this picnic.
That's nice right there.
See, that's good right there, right? Yeah, okay.
I'm winning right now. I'm winning with that.
You're winning right now? Okay. So what would you express as far as your gifts? Now, if you was with somebody for 6 months, okay, what would be your budget of spending?
I'm not changing on that for 6 months. $50.
50?
Yeah.
And what are you buying with 50? Because you didn't even think of Groupon and savings. So what are you buying with $50? Uh-huh.
You got me.
I did,
You got me.
right? Exactly.
So fellas, we need to probably put more thought into our gifts. I guess what you basically saying.
I think you do. You need to put more thought into a little bit more than just gifts. Time, appreciation, being a good listener at times when it's needed. Not just, brushing it off. Because we already know y'all attention span can go off left, don't really hear everything that we say. And when it's things that's really going on that's wrong or terrible, we need that support. You need your partner's emotional support. And you want to make sure that if you have that you want to do all that you can to show them how much you support them. And not only just the support, but how much you really love them and how much you appreciate them. And that's why I think Valentine's is still very important to celebrate. And that's just, again, that's coming from my beliefs. Only because of the fact that I really love love. I do. And I would hope one day to really find that and really feel that happiness that a lot of people do. I mean, of course, people go through bumps and bruises all the time. But I always think it's always great to try to bring the reconnection back. And I think it doesn't matter how much you spend, it's the thought that really honestly counts. How much did you really think as far as to give your person or whomever you're with your time and appreciation? To show them you really support them. To show them you really have love for them. And you believe in them and you're here for them.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with love. That's everything. And no matter what, you can't build a solid foundation unless you have love. So we have to find creative ways, and I think that's the key thing, the creativity into building that and to be able to go on. Because heaven knows we have a lot of other outside distractions on our minds, but I think when you have love in your house, there's nothing greater than that.
And so you can't put a price on it.
I agree with you on that. She wins today.
Yay.
Next week and maybe something different.
Thank you. When we come back from our break, we'll talk about Side Chick Day and Side Guy Day. It's Thunderous Altercations. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And we're back. It's Thunderous Altercations, and we're here live for our first kickoff show at Terra Cafe. I hope you all have been enjoying the show so far. In this segment, at this point, we do not want to forget anybody. And that is, of course, the side chick and the side guy. Because they have a day too. When it comes to Valentine's Day, Side Chick and Side Guy Day is celebrated actually February 13th, not February 15th. And I just wanted to make sure I clarified that because a lot of people have been getting gifts as side chicks on the wrong day. Because the candy, it's cheaper, it's 75% off, okay? Honestly, but understand this, people. A side chick appreciates their position. They know who they are. They know that they're playing that role, and that's why they are still in that position. But there are gifts for the side chicks as well as the side guys. What do you think? You think you don't believe in Side Chick Day either?
I'm just trying to think I want to know the disparity of the gifts, whatever. I know you said 75% off, but so you're actually giving your side chick a gift before Valentine's Day, and a side guy, right? As a man, you feel macho, whatever it is. Who the hell is going to take leftovers? Like, I don't know. You got to explain this one.
Well, honestly, a person who becomes a side chick or a side guy don't obviously have enough self-worth for themselves. They don't have enough self-love, they don't appreciate who they are, and this is why they're playing the position in the first place. So they're taking what they can basically get. Now, I just want to help anybody out there who does have a side chick. These are the gift options for them. Trust and believe, Oreo is always coming out with a whole bunch of different flavors, and they have the red velvet Oreo cookies, and so that is one that you can also buy. As long as you bring everything into a nice gift bag, they'll take it. I'm telling you right now, they'll appreciate it.
Oreo cookies.
Red velvet Oreo cookies, yes.
That sounds so sad.
I know it is sad. It's sad that she's even being in this position and know that she's not going to talk to you the next day, which is the actual day, which is Valentine's Day. Okay? That's what's sad. Here's another gift for you side chicks out there. The $25 Olive Garden gift card. Because you can always treat yourself. And you know they always have gifts at Olive Garden. Like where you get the 2 for little special so she can take one home. Yep. Probably put it in the refrigerator, hold it for you to come back on the 15th. And she'll see you again on the 15th.
Now all of a sudden my heart is getting real weak, whatever. I just, who would accept that? Like, man.
The side chick. Son at home. is also a great wine. It's not expensive. It's pretty cheap. You can get a pink Moscato now. You can put the flavor, a little color to it. I'm telling you, gift bags, people, brings the gift in everything. Gift bag, tissue paper, and something inside. It's like the gift goes on a whole nother level. Trust and believe me. I'm not gonna forget about you guys though. Side dude, okay? If your guy is into like the black ice air freshener, those are up. The air fresheners, the 3-pack, you get a whole bunch of different.
What goes in the car?
Yeah, the little bird tree and hangs there. Yeah, the black ice one. I always see them all the time. It's always somebody's car. You usually got like a Dodge Charger or something. It's just hanging there. Get them, ladies. You got a side guy. They'll appreciate the air fresheners. Trust and believe me. Here's another one, because we can't leave them out of the gift card crew. Gas. So they'll never say they don't have gas to get to you, ladies. So you get the gift card for the gas, 25, little quick. Yeah, come on, you can't tell me I can't get over there. I got your gift card at the gas station. Come on now, you should have filled up the tank. And the other gift that you can get as well is whatever he tends to snack on, like different chips. Don't get the big bags. Get the small, like 25 cents. Are they still 25 cents? I don't even know.
I think they put them up to like 50 cents.
Okay, we'll get like 3 of them and put those in bags with tissue paper. And candy, whatever it is they tend to snack on.
Snickers?
Is that your thing? That's your go-to, isn't it? That's your, when you're not feeling yourself, you open Snickers up, don't you? You're like, I gotta get myself back together. Where's my Snickers? It's in my back pocket. Yeah, I'm just saying. And they will appreciate that, and I guarantee they'll still stay around, playing their position as a side chick and a side guy. You don't believe they get a gift? You don't think they should get one?
I just think they brought another perspective to me, whatever, like the gifts that you named, like, these people accept that, like, it's sad to me.
It is sad. It's very sad. It's sad to even want to accept the role to play a side position, because of the simple fact that it's showing that you're desperate in some form or degree, that you just want to have somebody that's giving you a little bit of attention, not even a lot, and you're happy with that. There's no way I could go through life playing a second position for anybody. Anybody.
So with this Valentine's Day, it seems like there's a lot of complications, and I think probably you need to go back to the drawing board and figure this stuff out, whatever, and think about the gifts. Even if you go by my system or Kelly's system and the different gifts, there's a lot to think about. So, man, we got some work to do.
You talk about to your other fellow brothers out there?
Yeah, everybody else has some work to be done.
It is work to be done, and especially, it's not even just setting aside from Valentine's Day, but also to maintain a good relationship, a healthy relationship. Because if you get slighted to the point that it's been now, you're in a relationship for a couple of years, and every year the gift keeps going down, and a slippery slope to the point where it's getting less and less, you can see there's less thought being put into it, then it might actually break the relationship. And it's not to say that you got to spend thousands of dollars, because I think that's absurd. I don't think you need to go out of your pocket and go beyond your means. But I think if you got somebody true and genuine in your corner that is really there for you and they want to be with you, they're going to appreciate whatever you get them. Yeah. And that's real.
And I think that's the key. Finding that person that will appreciate what you get. Because we all have circumstances in life, and sometimes you may not be able to celebrate it that day, but if you in connection with each other and like, you know what, we're not going to worry about this, we're going to take a weekend trip or we're going to do this, then you go for it. But the communication piece is the key thing.
Right, right. And not only that, going back to what you said, if you can't celebrate it on the 14th and you all have an agreement or understanding, you already know it's going to be crowded. It's going to be chaos on Valentine's Day. And it's funny because we think with social media, you don't even get a lot of people that show their spouse on a regular day on social media. And now we got filters to block people out, to the point that we got filters to make us look look pretty. We got filters to brighten our skin, lighten it up, turn us into a dog. And then you got filters you can put on your mate as to just show like, you know, we together. Like, it's a reindeer? Like, who are you with? Like, as I'm trying to, I can't even see the face. But a lot of people do that now because of the fact that it's like a feeling of knowing they might be somebody else's. And I can't really, and I don't want to actually show them, to showcase who they are, because that might bring more of an issue of confrontation to come.
Wow, this has been amazing. Actually, and this is the whole thing about Thunderous Altercations. And they start off with a little friction. I told you I was a storm coming, but a storm always ends at a certain point. So I've learned from some of the things you said. So, like I said, I'm teachable.
All right. I'm
controversial, but I'm teachable.
Great.
And that's the difference.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Look, we're going to take a break and we'll come back and wrap up the show. It's Thunderous Altercations. Hey, Rene.
Controversial culture, David Glover, Wills.
Hey, we're back. We're here. Thunderous Altercations. Going to wrap it up. Of course, I hope you all had a great time watching us today. And if you want to reach us, you can hit me up on IG at _KRene Show. That's KRNE Show. And of course, I'm on Facebook as Kelly Rene. And David, where are you?
Facebook, David Lorenzo Glover. Also, I have other pages, Teacher's Corner. On IG, David Glover 7712. So I'm there.
He's in the phone book. Yes, all those listed. Yes. You can hit me up by email as well as KReneShow@gmail.com. I ask that you all please come back. Join us next week where we'll have another Thunderous Altercation and topic at hand. I hope you all enjoyed the show. We enjoyed the opportunity again to expand our platform today, especially to be working here with WPV Networks. And I hope you all again will come back and get on the line on the topic and tell us, comment, critique, whatever. We love it. We appreciate it.
Please share and pass it on. And next week is going to be another storm, and we'll have a different topic. And I'm getting educated. I want to thank Kelly for introducing me to some different things. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to process and reflect this as the controversial counsel. That's what I do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could teach one today, and hopefully others out there today as well. So listen, hope you all enjoyed the show. Like I said again, please come back and join us next Saturday for another Thunderous Altercation. I'm your girl, K. Renee.
David Lorenzo Glover, a.k.a. the controversial counsel. We out.
We out. Have a good day.